Hey guys, what is going on today? And today I have a pretty exciting analysis. Now, I have a video I recorded a few days ago about some other characters, not guest characters, but mobile exclusive characters I think are coming to Injustice 2 Mobile. But in light of recent Injustice crossover news, this video is about speculation of a guest character crossing over into the Injustice comics, therefore making him a part of the Injustice universe. This character is HeMan. That is really cool. I've never really known a lot about HeMan, but he is crossing over with the Injustice comics for what I think is a 6-part miniseries. So right now, I'm going to quickly read off a description of the events, and then I'm going to talk about why I think HeMan could possibly come to Injustice 2 Mobile. Now, for people thinking he may come to Injustice 2 Console, that's not going to happen, or at least it probably won't happen. It seems highly likely that there won't be any new guest characters for Injustice 2, given that the run is pretty much over. Mortal Kombat 11, or the next Mortal Kombat game, is going to get announced soon, probably at E3, maybe. If it's in fact Mortal Kombat 11, and it could definitely be a Mortal Kombat spin-off type deal, but in any sense, I have reason to believe Injustice 2 Console's run is over, because that's just kind of how it always is. The cycle, it's been like that for every game, unless they pull a surprise out of nowhere and they say, hey, we're going to put like 3 more characters in Injustice 2, which seems highly unlikely. It's always possible, but I highly doubt it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and quickly read the synopsis for the HeMan Injustice crossover, and then I'm going to talk about if I think HeMan could legitimately have a chance at coming to Injustice 2 Mobile. Believing He-Man and the Masters of the Universe defeated, a robotic imposter has seized control of Eterna, but not for long. After freeing his kingdom from this strong man's rule, He-Man learns not everyone is pleased to see the pretender deposed, but Adam knows the value of freedom. When heroes from another dimension ask his aid in deposing a superhero turned dictator, he agrees. Teaming up with Batman against the Superman of the Injustice universe, He-Man and his new allies face dangerous and familiar enemies in a battle where no world is safe. Okay. So, I'm gonna just say I don't really know a lot about He-Man. And this looks super interesting. Now, let's talk about Injustice 2 Mobile and Injustice Mobile. So, a guest character coming to the mobile games who was not in the console game, I believe I think it's yet to happen. And I'm specifically talking about a guest character who did not appear in the console game. That is pretty interesting, and I'm gonna have to say, so for He-Man's chances coming to Injustice 2 Mobile, I think it could be potentially possible. It's possible, but I'm gonna say unlikely. The reason I'm gonna say that that's unlikely is basically because there is just no precedent for this ever occurring previously. In Injustice Mobile and Injustice 2, all of the characters that would be put into those games were either a character playable or somewhere in the background, as in, Darkseid, Killer Croc, and in Injustice 2 Mobile, Hellboy, who is a playable character. He is a guest character, but he is in fact a playable character in Injustice 2. So, I'm basically going to end this whole thing on this. So, honestly, all of my analyses end kind of with this sort of issue. Basically, the biggest problem with me backing up any of these claims, there are no precedents for any of these things. There has never been a strictly outside character who... He-Man is nowhere playable in Injustice 1 or 2. He's not in the background. He's not in the game at all. That's actually not true for, you know, main DC characters. I mean, you have the Arkham Knight, who is not playable in Injustice Mobile when he was released. Will He-Man come to Injustice 2 Mobile? He probably won't come to Injustice 1 Mobile, but Injustice 2 Mobile, it's hard to say, because then you look at Injustice 2 and you have the Ninja Turtles, who aren't Injustice characters, but they've had a crossover with Batman, which doesn't take place in the Injustice universe. It takes place in the Batman universe. It's a non-canon storyline, but they were able to come to Injustice 2. So, can He-Man, being a part of the Injustice universe, can an Injustice 2 version, or can an Injustice version of He-Man come to the mobile game? I'm gonna say it seems very unlikely, and that's probably where I'm gonna stand on this. And the final reason is because whenever they put a character into these games, it's permanent. They're gonna be in there for as long as the game exists. So, for instance, if they put in some crazy character, some insane character, like, I don't even know. Let's say you take, like, Bowser from the Mario Brothers games, and you just put him in one of these fighting games as a joke, you know? Let's say it's just a joke. It's like, look at this crazy crossover. But then it's like that character is there now forever. That character is just now a part of that game, and even though it was a joke, he's just there forever, for years. And you're going to see him all the time because he's a character in the game. So, that was kind of just an off the top of my head thing, but here's the thing. It's like, do you really want to see He-Man consistently, day to day when you play this game? Because that's what would happen. That's probably another thing that I think they have to think about. They have to think about versions of characters that we're going to be seeing daily that will now become a permanent part of the game. Because characters never leave. Once they're a part of the game, they're a part of the game for good. So, would He-Man... Yeah, that's the thing. He-Man and Injustice is only a 6-part series. It's probably not going to last that long. And then it'll be over and they'll move on to something else. So they're really going to put He-Man, who's not a DC character, in the game. I mean, you have Hellboy, but he was in the console game. So, I'm going to say no. I think it would be cool to see him, but, you know, I just don't think they would. I think there's a bunch of other characters that I think they're definitely going to do. And that's not to say I don't want to see He-Man. I do. I think it would be cool to see him in this game. But I don't think it's going to happen. But that's going to do it. So thank you for watching. What do you think? Do you think He-Man will come to Injustice 2 Mobile? I don't think so, but it's possible. What do you guys think? So thank you for watching. If you guys like this video, click like, please subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Keep on fighting. Have a fantastic day.